Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 3 quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
Now this will make it into the end zone.
And he'll be brought down here as the penalty flags come in right away. And we may have a face mask here right at the start. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30.
Tackled back at the 30.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Burrow.
He'll fire this deep for Gallup.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. Mark that down as a punt return of 78 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys.
Makes the score Cowboys 7, Bengals nothing. Greg Zuerlein to kick off.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
That's good.
They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Burrow getting this into the hands of Higgins. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So first and 10 now from the 30. Jet sweep, Boyd with it. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. The tight end, C.J. Uzomah, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball. But surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that 3rd down pass. Brings up 4th.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And this one is right down Broadway. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll look to throw right away. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Flushed out right. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play here for Dallas. 51 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Here's Prescott. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. And again, it's Prescott looking for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Prescott yet again. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
He was brought down.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
That's the end of the 1st quarter. With the score, Cowboys 7, Bengals 3.
From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple.
Now the first carry for an Ohio native. It's Ezekiel Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his 11th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Brought down at the 30.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 37-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. An effective 7-yard third down conversion.
First down.
A first down carry by Elliott. Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space, and then drop just inside the 20. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And it's 21-3.
Makes the score Cowboys 21, Bengals 3. Greg Zuerlein.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now it's Burrow. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
He may try and run for this. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
1:53 remaining in this first half of play. Around the NFL, an update from a game going on down in Tampa. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 1st and 10, Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
1st down, Cowboys.
Prescott from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there. 1st down.
On the play. 1st down, Dallas.
To the air again, Prescott. He's going to go for a big play down. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. One receiver to the left is Cooper. Second down and goal. Prescott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott. As the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Burrow. Airing one out for Boyd. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead.
Terrific. Touchdown. I know we've got a game now.
Yeah, I think anytime you go to the second half down just 1 or 2 scores, you feel not where you want to be, but in a pretty good spot.
And I think for most teams, when they go into the half in this situation, it's not a lot of adjusting going on. It's much more, all right, guys, let's just play a little bit better than we did in the first half.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. Connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
First down.
Get ready. Check right. We go 46. Watch the crowds. Check 55. Check 55.
Prescott on first down. Looking deep downfield. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
57. Mike, 57. Exit. Check safety. Going to 53.
On second down, Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there and a first down. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They're really locked in on offense.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target, but it'll be second down.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
57.
On second down, it's Elliott. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Let's 57 right. Go. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Tighten up. Kill.
Prescott from the gun on third. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 10 yards out, and the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
35. Bengals 10.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Burrow will throw, and they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good game.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. T. Higgins, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. Great corner route there, not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. And his throw is incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
So 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. Chalk that up as their 1st sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
3rd and long for Prescott. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the 1st. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 43. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Prescott's pass intercepted.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time. A drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. First down. Here's Burrow. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. 4th touchdown on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Bengals offense cashes in with 6. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now.
Makes the score Cowboys 35. Bengals
set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On second down now. It's Elliott, and this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Prescott escapes the sack, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's Brian Anger now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
At their own 41-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Going to take a shot for Gallup. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be second down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he will go down, a Cowboys sack. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Taken in at the 22.
Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back.
And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 35-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Prescott to throw this time. Buying time to his left. Looking deep for Elliott. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
3-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
A big play there for Cincinnati. 63 yards.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Burrow looking to pass. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. T. Higgins was the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
And 13.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're down 2 scores, and they need a quick one to try and get back into this one. That was one way to try and get it done. Unsuccessful in the attempt, but they have no choice but to keep trying.
And his kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They go to Elliott again. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. On third down, Elliott. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
37-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted.
Picked by the rookie from Bama, Trayvon Diggs.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Lining up for the point after.
Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski, okay? Oski
different
was an
things for different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. The Bengals drive about to get going. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
And incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check 26, check 26. 48.
Mixon. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
Yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. Take four. Drag him 60.
Now Burrow. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Michael Gallup, incomplete. Sets up fourth down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. And he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Cowboys, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host